Before I start, I want to ask you some questions. Have you ever seen God? Do you believe that God is always with you? If you can say yes to either one of these questions with confidence, you are really a blessed person. Because without seeing God, it is very hard to believe. Respected judges and fellow students, I titled my speech, I Cannot Believe This, because the story that I'm going to share with you might not surprise you, but it has changed me in ways that I cannot believe. Near the beginning of the century, on January 1st, a little baby was born in a certain pastor's family. This pastor gave her the name Surmin. All the people in his church were blessed by her, and she slowly grew in the love of many people. Many people continually told her she was very special and will be a great worker for God. However, she was afraid to hear this because she thought of herself being not able to work for God, and she also thought they did not really know her. When she was growing up, she started to conceal herself, but she always tried to be kind. Since she behaved in a pleasant manner to elders, she received a lot of love from them. However, though she was loved by elders, true friends were absent in her life. Friends who could be there for in her need, to rejoice with her in her triumphs, or cry with her in her sorrow. She felt lonely, and she started to complain to God. If you are there, why did you make me like this? Why do you allow me to feel so lonely? She started to become dissatisfied about everything in her life. However, God didn't answer her. She began to wonder if God was listening and even started questioning God's existence. One day, she went to worship in a big mission center. There were a lot of teenagers, and they seemed different from other teenagers she knew from her school. As soon as praise began, everybody went to the front of the stage. They danced and jumped with joy. She got shocked and curious. She started questioning herself. Why they are so happy, and how can they worship God with so much passion? After the praise, the speaker came. And this speaker was not a pastor, but he was a missionary. To add to her curiosity, he talked about the real situations in the world. He said that there are a lot of people who die for God and who suffer for God and gave their whole lives for God. She couldn't understand why they would give up that much for God. One day, that night, she knelt on her knees and prayed to God. God, if you are really there, please answer me and reveal yourself to me, who you are and who you want me to be. She didn't know tears were rolling down on her face, and she was sobbing while praying. Suddenly, God, in His mercy and love, touched her heart, and she felt Him say, I love you. She only needed to hear just these 3 words, and all her questions were answered. He just hugged her with love, and He changed her whole life dramatically. It wasn't what she thought and she wanted, but it was just only what she needed. The girl who experienced this all is standing right in front of you. Since I grew up in a Christian family, it was much easier for me to meet Jesus. So I'm very thankful to God for it. But the thing that I'm most thankful for is the assurance that He is with me and I can trust Him in every situation. Not only me, you can have the same assurance. As the Bible says, and I quote, do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. I hope you enjoyed to listening to my speech. Thank you.